So Mad Libs, this is an old Mad Libs text that was actually created about 10 years ago by an early AI that to test the intelligence of the AI engine. It was asked to create a Mad Libs assignment that made sense. So it would have to identify parts of speech and put them in. Now, if you want to, this is something you could do right now with ChatGPT. You could say, hey, give me a 3 or 4 sentence Mad Libs with 6 slots for words. You could do that, or you could use this one, the one I provided. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that you understand how to get user input. Okay, so you must get user input for each of the variables using input. And then you take those and you either use string.format or an F string to insert those variables into the text. And then you display the text. Make sure you're using comments to tell me what you're doing. And if you go into Canvas, into Module 2, and you go to A2, actually, the file is back here. If you go to Module 2 Files under Resources, what you'll see is there's this button down here that says Download A2 template.py. Okay, so if I download that, I'm put it on my desktop so I can throw it away later. And then I open that, you can see here that it is that same text. Now, is this an F string right now? No, it's just a string. What's the deal with the triple double quotes? There's 3 here, and there's 3 here. Why did I do that? Because if you do that, it allows you to have a string that spans multiple lines of text. So you can do just about anything. It allows you to have line feeds and carriage returns and those characters in the middle of your string. So you can do that, or you can have it all on one single line that's just like a million characters long. Problem with that is that you have to scroll sideways really far to read everything. So you can keep the triple quotes or not, it's up to you. But if I put an F in front of this, there you will see that it highlights those slots. Now, are these good variable names? Not really. So my recommendation would be is if you're going to create new variables that you might want to replace these with better variable names. Now, a lot of people are just going to say like ADJ1 equals red, like that. Now that will satisfy, it will take that and substitute that in there. But what am I not doing that's required in the assignment? I'm not getting user input. So user input is something like this, where I'm saying input, give me an adjective. Okay, now it's going to prompt the user to give me an adjective and then substitute it into that spot. Okay, so that is, once you've covered all of these slots with that, if I run this, it says give me an adjective, I type red, and then it's going to give me an error because it says, hey, you didn't define that variable. Invention 1 is not defined. So you've got to have an input for every slot in the text that you use. You don't have to use the text that I provided, but I do want you to do like at least 4 or 5 substitutions. So you're really getting the hang of it. You're getting input from the user and then substituting those into text.
So before you run that, you gotta have them all filled in.
Yeah, you do, because you'll get an error if you don't. Yeah. So that's the deal. Any other questions about the assignment? Okay, cool. Well, you got some time to work on this in class where you have access to ask me questions or ask your neighbors questions or look at each other's work or whatever. So feel free to do all those things. but you must ask for input from the user and you must insert it into the text. And like I said, 4 or 5 would be probably sufficient for that. But you can use the template that I provided, or you can provide your own. It's up to you. And that's it for today. Now it's just time for you to get this done. I would say most of you should have no problem completing this assignment before it's time to leave if you get going.